Hello there. We're going to talk about the inequality symbols. And we're going to start with this odd statement right here. 5 equals 3. Now we know for a fact that 5 does not equal 3. That is false, right? Because 5 is not the same as 3. I'd much rather have $5 than $3. Okay, so we have to have some way of comparing 5 and 3. And so this symbol right here is going to change. We use the equal sign a lot of the time, but we're going to look at inequalities when things are not equal. And so we would say that 5 is actually greater than 3, right? Or if we flipped it around, we could say 3 is less than 5. They mean the same thing, right? It's just a matter of perspective. Okay, I want you to notice about this inequality symbol. In our yellow sticky note here, the greater than, the alligator is eating the 5. The alligator always eats the bigger number. Notice even on the orange one, the alligator is still pointed at the 5, the bigger number. Okay, so the alligator always points towards the bigger number. But what happens when that bigger number is not a number at all? It's an X. Well, which one's bigger, X or 3? Well, we don't know what X stands for, and so we have to rely on this symbol. The alligator is going to eat the bigger number. So it's eating the X, so we know that X is greater than 3. So what kinds of numbers could X be? Well, what numbers are greater than 3? Well, how about 4, 5, 6, 7? X could be any of these. We don't know what it is, but it's anything or something that's bigger than 3. Okay? And if we flip it around, right, this means 3 is less than X, which actually has the same solution set. What values are 3 is less than what values? 3 is less than values like 4, 5, and 6, and so on, right? Okay, a couple notes, and we're going to do an example on how to graph. But to graph, we need to ask ourselves two questions. Do I use an open point or a closed point? Do I shade to the left or do I shade to the right? So let's look at this as we complete one example over here. Okay, we're going to graph the inequality. X is something to 9. All right, to graph this, I simply need to draw a very small number line. And on this number line, I only need to put one number. I see students and they'll put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You just need one value, 9. And I know that to the left are 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and to the right are 10, 11, 12, 13. But I just need to put the 9, okay? Now I ask myself, do I use an open or a closed point? I always start with an open point. Okay, now do I fill this in? Well, to answer that, I answer this question. Is 9 greater than 9? Is he eating the bigger number? Well, no, they're the same number. And if they're the same number, then we should see an equal sign here, but we don't see an equal sign there, right? There is nothing there. So 9 is not greater than 9, which means 9 is not a solution, so I leave it open, okay? So open or closed? In this case, open. Do I shade left or do I shade right? Well, X is greater than 9. And when you say greater than, you shade to the right. Okay, these are values that are greater than 9, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so on, right? So greater than is to the right. Less than would be shading to the left, all right? So what does this shading mean? This shading means that is our solution set. Those are values that are greater than 9, where X could be greater than 9, like 10, 11, 12, and so on. All right, real simple to graph. Ask yourself two questions. Use an open or closed point, shade left or shade right. Good luck.